Hi, this is Debbie again, and I know it's been a long time since you've seen me and I've done any tutorials, but a lot of things have been going on with our family and life in general, but here I am today, and I wanted to share a little thing that I've been doing, a little project that I've been working on and how I did it. I wanted to take a letter and add a background to it, so when I cut it out in vinyl and placed it on the tile, it looked really pretty. So we're going to jump right into this right now. First of all, you want to go over to your text tool and click on that, and you want to pick a text style that is pretty heavy, and I'm choosing impact here. And of course, you can always modify these. I'm going to choose the largest size is 288 points, and I'm just going to type in an H, and I want to make this even larger. So I'm just going to stretch it out. And up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and center this here so you can see what I'm doing. So now I have my letter H, and I'm going to select my letter, and I'm going to go to the offset tool, and I'm going to select an internal offset, and I want it cornered, so I'm going to select corner, and I'm just going to adjust this to about right there. And then this outside letter here, I'm going to control and click so I can get another one off to the side. And then this one here, I'm going to group, make sure I have both of them selected, which since I stretched it, I've got to double check that I've got both of them selected, and then right click and select Make Compound Path. And we'll know it's made into a path if we move them and they're both together. So I'm going to set this over here to the side for now. We're going to come back to that. And then once again, I'm going to take this letter here. And if you look how much I did an internal offset here, I'm going to do another internal offset, but it's not going to quite be as much. So let's select internal offset again. And I'm just going to corner that again and just slightly inset it. There we go. Now the larger one here, I don't need any longer, so we'll just put that over to the side, select it, and then hit your delete. Okay, I've chosen a floral lace background for this project here. So, and I already have it over here, and I've already copied it. So I'm going to Control V and paste my background here. And now I'm going to stretch this out to fit over the letter H. And it's all set. Okay, now again, by dragging my cursor over this whole big area, I'm going to make sure both of them are selected, go up to my Modify tool, and select Crop. And now it just leaves me with the shape of the H. And sometimes I like to go in and zoom in and make sure there aren't any little loose little things. And if you move this, you'll see these were all selected just fine. And I may have to make some adjustments later on, but we'll go into that. Okay, now the two letters that I had made a compound path, I'm going to drag over the top of this. And as you can see, the reason why I made the pattern a little bit larger is so it fit nicely into this area. So now I'm going to select all of this again and just go down here to your weld and select weld. And there you go. You have your letter filled with a pattern. Now, if you want to make some adjustments, because sometimes when you cut this out on vinyl or even paper, these little bitty areas aren't fun to mess with. So we could ungroup it and go in and delete some things, or we could double click on it, which takes us into the editing mode. And I'm going to zoom into these little areas where I saw some that were pretty small. And this one here, I'm just going to make larger because I really like a pattern, more of a pattern to show up in this. So we'll do that. And I'm just going to scout around for some other little areas like this one here. I think I'm going to make that a little larger. And you do this just by grabbing these little nodes here on the end. And you can go through and scout around looking for those little bitty places that you may not want your cutting machine to have to cut out. And you can make them larger, or you can delete them, or like this right here, I may want to widen this just a little bit because it's an awful narrow cut there and the pattern may not show up that well. And here's another little one that I want to enlarge. So I'm going to keep that line straight there, but I want to keep a pattern going on. So I'm just going to bring this in. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go back to Fit to Window by clicking this button here. And we're going to take a look at what it would look like when it's cut out. So I'm going to go and fill it with a color, and we'll just use red since that's my default. And there you go. There's a letter filled with a background. And then just to see what it looks like on maybe a different color tile or a background, we're going to fill this with a black, and we're going to send it to the back. And that's what my letter will look like. Oh, there go my dogs, just barking at anything they can bark at today. And here's another project that I was working on, just to show you how some of the different patterns I've used. I placed this K over here on the gold background, and you see how pretty that is. We can also change the color to this. We're going to change the fill color and the line color to this gold. And we're going to bring it to front. So it shows just a little bit of that background there. And here's another H that I did with the same background. And here's the letter W that I did with a totally different background. And as you can see, it looks really lovely, and it can be used in all kinds of projects that you may have going on, anywhere from tiles to maybe something that you want to put on the wall or anything like that. This one here is for my niece's wedding, and then I did it with her new last name right underneath it, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. And here's one for my future son-in-law, and his last name is Knight, so I thought this would be really pretty. And of course I'm going to add these elements in with it and put the K and the Knight on there. So that just gives you an idea of some of the things that you can do, and I hope you enjoy trying this and that you have as much fun with making these as I did. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.